Why does the moment trading gets boring feel like the moment you start winning? And why does the moment you need excitement coincide with the exact point your account starts bleeding? That question alone separates random traders from consistent ones. Because the shift that changes everything isn't sexy, it's not motivational, it doesn't feel powerful, it feels dull. And that's why most traders never make it. You're not failing because you don't know enough strategies. You're failing because your brain is wired to crave stimulation, and the market punishes that wiring. Today, I want to walk you through the boring mental shift that quietly turns random traders into consistent ones. No hype, no guru nonsense, just the psychology behind why some traders stabilize and others stay stuck in chaos for years. If you've ever said, "I don't know why I took that trade," or "I was doing fine, then I messed it all up," or "I'm profitable for a week, then I give it all back," this video is for you. Let's start where it actually breaks. Here's the uncomfortable truth most traders avoid. Random trading isn't a strategy problem, it's an emotional regulation problem. You don't take random trades because you're careless. You take them because your nervous system is bored. Your brain hates stillness, especially in uncertain environments. And the market is the most uncertain environment you'll ever sit in. No feedback, no certainty, no dopamine. So your mind fills the gap with impulses, with narratives, with what if. That's not weakness, that's biology. The question is whether you let biology run your account or you learn to neutralize it. That's where the boring shift begins. 1. You stop trading to feel something. Most traders don't trade to make money. They trade to feel. To feel smart, to feel right, to feel relieved, to feel in control, and sometimes just to feel anything at all, especially after sitting flat for hours. This is called sensation-seeking behavior, a well-documented personality trait. High sensation seekers crave novelty, risk, and stimulation. Markets are a playground for that. Every candle feels like possibility. Every breakout feels like a story. Every pullback feels like opportunity, until you zoom out. Consistent traders do something that feels almost depressing at first. They remove emotion as a goal. They don't trade to feel excited. They don't trade to feel validated. They don't trade to feel productive. They trade to execute a process. That's it. And the moment you stop using trades as emotional regulation, your randomness drops by half. Think about your worst trades. Were they taken because your plan was flawless or because you were restless? Boredom is dangerous in trading. Not fear, not greed. Boredom. Because boredom whispers, you should be doing something. Consistency whispers, you don't need to. That's a mental rewiring. 2. You start measuring boring things instead of P&L. Random traders obsess over outcomes, how much they made, how much they lost, how fast they recovered. Consistent traders obsess over behaviors. Did I wait for my setup? Did I size correctly? Did I follow my exit rules? Did I walk away when conditions changed? This shift sounds obvious. It isn't, because your brain is outcome biased. It's called outcome bias in psychology, judging decisions by results instead of process. You take a terrible trade and it works, your brain rewards it. You take a perfect trade and it loses, your brain punishes it. Over time, this trains randomness. The boring shift is deciding that profits don't validate you. Execution does. You stop asking, "How much did I make today?" and start asking, "How clean was my behavior?" This feels unsatisfying at first. There's no adrenaline, no scoreboard. But something strange happens. Your equity curve smooths out. Because consistency isn't built on good days. It's built on boring days done right. Most traders can trade well when it's exciting. Few can trade well when nothing is happening. That's where edge actually lives. 3. You accept that most days should feel uneventful. This one hurts because deep down you want trading to feel meaningful every day. You want action. You want confirmation that you're progressing. But markets don't care about your need for meaning. Professional traders understand something retail traders resist. Most days are supposed to be quiet. No hero trades, no big wins, no stories. Just waiting, observing, passing. This aligns with emotional intelligence. High performers regulate impulses instead of expressing them. They don't confuse patience with passivity. They don't confuse activity with productivity. Random traders feel anxious when nothing happens. Consistent traders feel relieved because no trade is information. It tells you conditions aren't aligned. When you stop forcing meaning into every session, you stop forcing trades. That's boring, and that's profitable. 4. You trade less as your skill improves. Here's a paradox. As traders get better, they trade less, not more. Random traders increase frequency to compensate for uncertainty. If I take more trades, one will work. Consistent traders decrease frequency to protect clarity. If it's not obvious, I don't need it. This is decision fatigue at work. Every decision drains cognitive energy. Random traders burn it early. Consistent traders preserve it. They know their edge appears rarely, and when it does, it's obvious. No internal debate, no convincing, no rationalizing, just execution. That's restraint. Restraint feels boring, but boredom is a sign your ego isn't in charge anymore. Your system is. 5. You let go of the need to be right. This might be the most boring shift of all. You stop caring about being right. Random traders attach identity to predictions. If this works, I'm smart. If it fails, I messed up. Consistent traders detach identity from outcomes. They don't predict, they respond. They don't defend positions, they manage risk. They don't argue with the market, they listen. This is ego death in trading, and it's quiet. No internal drama, no revenge trades, no emotional spirals, just probabilities playing out. When you no longer need the market to validate you, you stop fighting it. That's consistency. Here's what nobody tells you. The reason this shift works is because it lowers your emotional volatility. And emotional volatility always shows up as account volatility. Same curve, same pattern. You can't stabilize one without stabilizing the other. That's why discipline isn't about willpower. It's about reducing emotional load, making trading boring on purpose, designing systems that don't rely on motivation, removing choice where possible, reducing exposure to temptation. You're not trying to become superhuman. You're trying to become neutral. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt bored while trading? Not anxious, not frustrated, not excited, just calm. That's usually right before consistency appears. But most traders panic at that moment. They think something is missing, so they add noise, new indicators, more size, more trades, and the cycle restarts. The boring shift is resisting that urge, letting boredom exist without reacting. That's emotional maturity. That's trading growth. Here's the takeaway. Consistency isn't built by intensity. It's built by emotional neutrality. The traders who make it don't feel special. They don't feel brilliant. They don't feel excited. They feel steady. And steady compounds. If this resonated, sit with it. Watch your next session. Notice when you want stimulation. That moment is the edge. If you found value here, stay around. There's more psychology to decode, and fewer mistakes to repeat. Subscribe if you want clarity instead of chaos. And remember, if trading feels boring, you might finally be doing it right.